What is up? What is going on, everybody? I am back with the Mariners post-game recap. Oh my God, what a win. What a win. What a win. What a win. I am on cloud nine right now. I've said best win of the year before on some games. This did it. This was the best win of the season, hands down. No doubt in my mind, best Mariners win of the year. The kind of win that you look back on that catapults you to the playoffs. The kind of win that just, like, I don't know what it is, makes you feel maybe there's something special going on. The Mariners have had a lot of losses this year that make me feel like something special is not going to happen. This was a win that makes me think this team could have a special season. Mariners beat the Angels 5-3. I'm going to get into the whole thing here. We're going to go over every bit of it. Before I do, huge thank you to all my new subs, everybody that's watching and liking my videos, man. At the beginning of the year, these post games are getting 40 to 50 views. I'm up to getting 200, 300 fairly easily on some of these now. I mean, a minimum 150, 165. To me, that's absolutely amazing. I know some people get thousands, whatever. Maybe I'll be there one day. But thank you guys. It's making it, I always enjoy doing it, but it makes it so much more fun to have this interaction. And you know what? Let's enjoy this win. Sometimes we overanalyze things. I'm guilty of it too. We go in depth, but sometimes you just have to enjoy the game that you love. And this was a game that makes you enjoy the game that you love. The Mariners beat the Angels 5-3. Ninth against Carlos Estevez. Hopefully my camera glitched, or hopefully nothing went out. Mariners rallied for 4 runs in the ninth inning against Carlos Estevez, who has not blown a save all year. Cal Raleigh walks, Ty France walks, Dominic Canzone singles, my boy. Teo with a terrible at bat. I was about ready to come on here and be like, just get rid of Teo. Like, they should have just taken a mid-level prospect. Teo strikes out, and then Kade Marlowe 0-2. Estevez battles back, strikes out Teoscar, gets Kade Marlowe 0-2, and you're kind of going like, yeah, like he's going to get out of this. And then 0-2, Kade Marlowe crushes a grand slam to right field, and the Mariners take a 5-3 lead. Dylan Moore struck out. J.P. Crawford was hit. He was hit intentionally. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I really try and avoid contra. It's just not my thing. I can't stand the Angels. Like, the Astros don't really bother. Like, there's things with the Astros. Yeah, like, I get it. But, like, man, I don't like the Angels. I can't stand Phil Nevin. The whole thing last year I thought was ridiculous. Like, listen, I understand Mike Trout not being happy about being pitched up and in. I totally get that. But, like, that was totally intentional hitting JP there. And it's like, dude, get outs then, man. Like, you're going to be a big man and hit somebody after you give up a grand slam. Like, and Kade Marlowe didn't show anybody up. He didn't do anything rounding the bases, at least that I saw. Like, how about you pitch better? I would say the same thing to the Mariners. I want to be very clear on that. If Munoz blew the save and then hit like Ohtani, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, how about you just pitch better? So that's Bush League stuff. I'm sorry. Like, you can say I'm wrong on that, but man, that's such lowbrow, like 1908 stuff. And I love old school baseball. I'm an old school guy, but like, come on, like, get out of here with that garbage. But Kade Marlowe hits the grand slam. And the Mariners and Andres Munoz, I believe, struck out the side in the ninth inning. Let's get into it, because there were a lot of things to actually break down in this game. They actually had a lot of good talking points. I was going to talk a lot about the Ohtani walk in the sixth inning. Brian Wu pitching to Ohtani in the eighth. Everything I was going to kind of dive into here. And then Kade Marlowe. How about Kade Marlowe? Why not Kade Marlowe? Why can't he be good? It's sort of like we get in this mindset of like, oh, Kade Marlowe comes up and he's off to a nice start. It's lucky. Like, I don't think Kade Marlowe's going to have a 1,000 OPS this year, but maybe Kade Marlowe's a good player. Sometimes prospects and great players come from guys that aren't your number one prospect in your organization. Sometimes guys develop. Like, Kade Marlowe's hit at AAA. He wasn't as good this year. I mean, like, compared to other, compared to like a Dominic Canzone. Canzone was much better. I'm not saying like, oh, give Kade Marlowe the job next year easily. He's your left fielder no matter what. But why not him? Why not? Now, let's give pitchers time to adjust to him. I'm jumping the gun a little bit, but how can you not be after that game? How can you not be? How can you not be optimistic and excited about it? So let's get into it a little bit here. Let's get into the box score. Start with the pitching today. I thought Bryan Woo threw the ball really well, and I thought he deserved better than the loss it looked like he was going to get. 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 6 Ks. Now, I didn't get to watch all the game right away. If you guys didn't catch it, I was doing a live stream with Sideline Report. Football is back, another great thing to be excited about today. So we were doing the live stream for the Jets and the Browns, but I thought Bryan Woo threw the ball really well. Now, in the 6th inning, he got 2 quick outs and Shohei Ohtani came up. Scott had Woo intentionally walk Shohei. There's a lot of people that are totally fine with that. They want Shohei should be walked every time. I don't have a huge problem with it. I get it. I completely get putting Shohei on, especially without Mike Trout in this lineup. I 100% understand putting Shohei Ohtani on base. I will say, though, with a 1-0 lead, a young pitcher that's feeling very confident. Now, he has struggled against lefties. And listen, like I said, before I go any further, I get it. I'm not going to bash Scott for that at all. I think it's totally fair that they put Shohei Ohtani on. But I do think with a young pitcher, he's got a 1-0 lead. Worst case scenario there is Ohtani homers and it's 1-1. Like, you tip your cap and you move on. And instead you walk him, he steals second. Now you're in a tough spot with the pitcher. Now you're pitching from the stretch and everything. Maybe your confidence is hurt a little bit. And you give up the hit to Crone and then Moustakas as well. I probably would have taken Woo out before Moustakas, but, whatever. Not the end of the world. So I get it. I do. I'm not going to bash the decision. I don't. Eventually, you've got to get good hitters out. And as amazing as Shohei Ohtani is, as amazing as the best hitters in baseball best hitters in baseball are, outside of Barry Bonds 2002 to 2005, even the best hitters more often make outs than they do anything else. It's sort of like blackjack. What do you assume the dealer has in his hold card or her hold card? A 10. You always have to assume a 10 because there's more 10s than anything else. Well, more than likely, like even Ohtani, more than likely is going to make an out. Every hitter makes more outs than they do not. Like I said, unless you're talking crazy Barry Bonds numbers, which even the best hitters today aren't matching that. So at some point, you've got to say, we got to try and get this guy out. Now, he also homered in the 8th inning when you pitched to him with 1 out, nobody on. So, I mean, who knows? As I said, it's kind of a tough spot to be in. I don't have a problem with it. And more than likely, it probably should have worked out. You're getting Woo. You're walking a lefty, which Woo has had trouble with. And it's not just any lefty, it's Ohtani. You've got CJ Crone on deck, who is an okay hitter, but certainly not Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani's OPS is over 1,000 this year. Crone's is 769, and Woo is much better against right-handed pitching. So I totally get it. I don't think it's like an indefensible thing, but I don't know. I'm kind of like, just, if he gives up a bomb to Ohtani, he gives up a bomb. It's 1-1. Regroup, get Crone, and then let's move on. You know what I mean? And get out of that 1-1. Now, it also is easy to rip the call by Scott because it backfired. It's always easy to be an armchair Monday morning quarterback and say, see, it didn't work. More often than not, that decision probably will work. So I'm not going to bash it too much. I'm not wild on intentional walks, to be honest. I don't like giving guys free bases. Now, again, if it's Ohtani with me on deck, yeah, I mean, put Ohtani on. But sometimes I just think they don't work out. And I wonder if it did take Woo out of his comfort zone a little bit. That's probably the only conversation that needed to be had tonight, essentially, was that. And it was kind of going to be my big topic of discussion for this video until Kade Marlowe came through. And Estevez hasn't blown a save all year. Ronaldo Lopez locked him down in the 8th inning. Matt Moore locked him down in the 7th inning. And it just looked like it was going to be, here we go. Like, these guys come in, no problem. 1, 2, 3, down go the Mariners. They won a game that was Shohei Ohtani versus Bryan Woo. So let's forget for a second how amazing that win was. This was the game in the series that if you're the Angels, you have to kind of look at this as a must win. I mean, if the Mariners had Luis Castillo, and Castillo's probably, if I will use Castillo as an example, Luis Castillo going against, I don't know who, from Tyler Anderson, I'm not saying that's like Woo is like, you know what I mean? I'm just using an example. I'd be very, very frustrated with the Mariners not getting that win, especially in game 1 of a series. Now, the next 3 pitching matchups all probably favor the Seattle Mariners in this series. Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean the Angels are throwing slop up there. Reed Detmers has given the Mariners problems. He's decent. Tyler Anderson can be good. And I'm not sure who's going in the other game. I'd have to check it out. So there's no guarantees, of course. And we've seen this happen before. So I'm not trying to get you to go, oh, see, series win. But, man, does this set you up really well for the rest of this series. Worst case scenario of this series, you need to get a split. That's probably the worst case. And even that's probably okay. And now to do that, you just need 1 out of 3. Now, we should think bigger. Let's try to get 3. Let's go for a series win here. But, man, you set yourself up nicely. Ohtani could only go 4 innings today, 3 hits, 1 walk, 4 Ks. They actually put some traffic on against Shohei a little bit. The first inning, they had first and third, nobody out, didn't score. Soriano comes in. Gino gets a solo home run. Gino now an RBI in 8 straight games. He's starting to get that power back big time, so that's really good to see. I will never get on the team. I know people are like, oh, the offense didn't score. They didn't do anything in those situations. Yes, first and third, nobody out. I don't care who you're facing. You need to get a run. It's hard for me to get too mad at them for getting shut down by Ohtani. Like, I can't come on these streams like, oh, you let Ohtani beat you. Like, Ohtani's really good. That's why this win is so great, because Ohtani is so good. You were at a pretty big disadvantage coming into this game. The biggest you're going to have in terms of betting winning probability of any game in this series was this one, and you won it, and you got it. Now it opens up a little bit for you. So I cannot bash an offense for being shut down by an ace. I'll get on them when they get locked down by, like you should probably put a couple runs on the board against Nick Pivetta. You should probably put a couple runs on the board against Tyler Anderson, against Andrew Haney, guys like that. I can't get on them too much. Ohtani's really good. He is capable of getting out of jams. Like, it is what it is. And winning cures a lot of ailments too. Let's go through the lineup real quick here. How about JP? 2 for 3 with a walk, couple solid base hits. OPS up to 786 on this year. Man, how good has JP been? It's a shame the metrics don't like his defense. I'm not sure where I line on it. I get it. He has looked a little slow on some things. I don't think he's quite as bad as some of the metrics say defensively. But man, if JP was doing this with legitimate, like, let's say he was hands down best defensive shortstop in baseball, I mean, it's borderline MVP stuff. I mean, a 786 OPS from a wizard at shortstop defensively, it's not the MVP, like when you got guys like Ohtani out there, but it's certainly like probably in the conversation for stuff. Julio 0 for 5. He must have reached on an error then in the first inning, I'm assuming. I thought he had a hit, but it must have been error. Julio scuffling, I'm not going to harp on anything negative today. Gino 1 for 4 at the home run, OPS up to 726 this year, 16th home run. The power is back for Gino. Good to see, because they absolutely need Gino getting hot, and he's starting to get there. Cal 1 for 3 with a base hit and a walk. Cal starting to heat up a little bit too. They absolutely need it. Cal started that rally with that walk. Ty was 0 for 3. Listen, I'll give Ty credit. He had a walk in the 9th inning. He did ground into a double play in the 9th inning. That is damning with the most faint praise you can possibly damn with. But you know what? Ty had a nice at-bat in the 9th inning that helped them win the game. I truly mean when I say winning cures all, because that's another perfect example of it, right? I should be ripping Ty, but I'm too excited for that win right now. Cobby ran for him. Canzone 1 for 4. Again, nothing amazing, but that base hit loaded him up. First and second, nobody out. You're looking for the double play there if you're Esteves. And Canzone found the hole and got a base hit and kept that inning going and loaded him up. Awesome. Teo was 1 for 4. Yeah, Teo's that bad in the 9th inning. Esteves is really good. He's a really good pitcher. But man, like Teo and Ty, please get hot. I'm not into like, oh, Jay, like you just, you can't ask for all these players to be amazing. I'm not. I'm asking for Teo and Ty to be like just their career norms. And this team's probably going to be a playoff team if you can do that. Cade Marlowe, 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs. Yeah, I think we talked about that a little bit. Josh Rojas 0 for 2 and Dylan Moore 0 for 2 as well. So like to see Josh Rojas get going, and get that second base position improved, and and Demo as well, because I think that could be a decent platoon. So they're 3-1 since they traded Paul Sewald, It has apparently not wrecked the clubhouse because, man, that looked like a pretty fired up team after that win. I talked about it yesterday after the win. That was as big as smiles as I've seen from this team. I think the lineup is deeper. I've talked about it. And listen, I'm not trying to – this team could lose 7 in a row. And you can come back to me and say, Jay, we told you the bullpen's hurting. But so far the bullpen has been absolutely fine without Paul. I know Isaiah Campbell gave up the home run to Ohtani. Listen, good pitchers – not saying Campbell might not be good, but like Paul could have given up a home run to Ohtani. Ohtani's amazing. Like I'm never going to get on a pitcher for like, how did you give up a home run to him? It's what makes Ohtani so great. Spire was fantastic in his 2/3 of an inning. Campbell, I thought outside of the Ohtani home run looked absolutely solid. And then Munoz locks down the 9th inning with 3 strikeouts. So far, the bullpen has been fine, and this lineup feels a little bit deeper with Canzone in there. Cade Marlowe's helped that too with how he's played, and that had nothing to do with the Seawald trade. I know Rojas has been bad so far, so I'm not going to sit here and say like, oh, see, Josh Rojas is making a difference. But the team seems fine, and the lineup does seem a little bit deeper, in my opinion. So, like I said, I'm not convinced this team didn't get better from the trade, and they seem to be absolutely okay in the clubhouse. They're professionals. You got to be. You can't let that stuff get to you. But, oh, my gosh, what a win. What a win. What a win. This is a good one to soak it in, guys. Let's check the standings real quick before I get out of here tonight. Let's check that real quick. This is 40. This is MLB.com. This is 40. Shohei never ceases to amaze. Tungsten arm O'Doyle moment right there, right? Yep, Shohei hit his number 40. Congratulations. I love Shohei Ohtani. I'm not trying to, like, mock that. It's just that who won the game, MLB? Let's take a look at the division first. Houston and Texas, I believe both. No, Houston lost. Yeah, Houston lost today. So the Mariners are 6 back in the division. Texas did sweep the White Sox. Max Scherzer looked solid in his first start today. Let's go to the wild card now. Tampa's number 1. Houston's number 2. Toronto's number 3. Boston's 2 back. And the Mariners and the Yankees are both 2.5 games back. They're right in the thick of this. And to be honest, look at and I know run differential isn't the only thing, but let's just look at Toronto. Let's just say Houston's in. So let's consider the Angels, Mariners, Yankees, Red Sox, and Blue Jays. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams vying for 1 spot. The Mariners have the best run differential along with Boston of that team. Better than Toronto's, much better than the Yankees, and much better than the Angels. Run differential is not the only thing in the world. Okay, it's not. But it's not like this team can't do it. The 2.5 is not. I was pessimistic at 4, 5.5. There's something on my hat there. I don't know. This is an old hat. I just found it and threw it on. This is my been through the wars Mariners hat. This hat has seen some games, my friends. But like, where was I with that? You know, they're there now. You know, their 2.5 is there. And yes, they've still got to climb some teams, but really they're just a half game behind Boston because they're tied with the Yankees. So I've been kind of proven wrong on that. I said that I thought it might be too many teams to climb. Now they're 2.5 out still. They haven't gotten there, but it looks like it is doable. You know, it's just gonna be a question of, you know, can they finish this off here? But it's definitely doable. Toronto lost today, so they gained ground there. What a win. I'm going to go ahead and get going, guys. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. I will see you guys tomorrow. Me and Rooftop will be live for game 2 of this series, and hopefully it's the Mariners locking down another W in this series. But, man, that one felt good today. So hope everybody has a great night. I hope everybody enjoys their Thursday night. Take care, everybody. And I'm sorry. I mean, my sign-off's been terrible. What a win. What a great win for the Mariners. Good night, everybody. And as always, go Mariners. Peace. Oh, I do it again. I'm doing these streams differently now, so I forget to hit the end recording. So let's try it again. Have a great night, everybody. Go Mariners. Peace.